Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another fantastic day with the Daily Dose. It's an amazing Tuesday. We're cranking out on second week of April. Just feeling super blessed today. We're gonna hop right into it. Welcome back to the Daily Dose, the number one daily morning mastermind for those trying to elevate in their spiritual, professional, and personal lives. So let's get it. Hop right into the verse of the day. Verse Second Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-discipline. We really want to tap into the words that are in this verse because these three things that it says God gives us are really everything that we need in life, right? We know that God gives us wisdom as well, but and also it says that God does not give us a spirit of fear. So once again, if you're feeling fearful, if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling anything related to that, then you know that spirit is not from God, and you should pray to definitely have it removed, and God will remove it because that is not it's not godly, right? It's not from God. God don't want us to feel those things. Um, so and also pray for power. We have power as we are walking throughout this earth, as we are on this realm, we have power. And you want to pray for God to open up doors for you through other people that are powerful, right? And just speak life over your life, speak positively over your life and things that you want to happen for other people. Uh, all of those things are powerful, and you have so much power when you are connected to God because that's the source. It's just like being like your phone charged up and it's connected, right? You are actively tapped into the source of power, so you have power as well. Love and self-discipline are extremely important. Just take some time to think about this verse as we read through it this week. But it's super, super dope. Business topic. Okay. I was trying to put some animations on the joint, so I guess I did a little bit wrong. But so anyway, we'll hop into it. The entrepreneur resume. This is something that you probably not think about as an entrepreneur as having a resume, but you want to have this, especially if you do a job that provides a service for either individuals or for companies, right? Because a lot of the times we don't think about expanding our business to another business, but those business to business contracts, customers, clients, those can be very, very lucrative. But in order to start that, you want to have a professional standpoint of where they can even understand who you are, about you, what you do, and your experience. So that'll be your entrepreneur resume. The first thing that you want to put on your entrepreneur resume is going to be a summary. Summarize what you do, summarize how you do it, summarize why you do it, right? It's super important to have this down in your entrepreneur resume that'll just outline everything that you're about. The next thing you want to make sure that you have is outline your skills. Outline your skills, like what kind of skills, and that's going to be your tangible physical skills, and also there's going to be your soft skills or your communication skills or like your thinking skills, right? Outline what you are good at. Number three, what is your professional experience maybe in the workplace? This is important because it'll highlight how you are able to work in a setting where you are not the head of everything and what you learn from that. This doesn't have to be super long or in depth, just what you were doing, what you learned from it, and things like that. Kind of the same thing you would put on a regular resume, just not so in depth. And then your entrepreneur experience. What have you done? What other businesses have you started? Right? Because people can learn a lot, not just from what you have been successful at, but also from what you have failed at. People can learn a lot from that. So you want to list that out if you have failed, you know what I'm saying, in a different business or a different venture that you were trying to do. Next thing is you want to list out your achievements and your awards. You want to make sure that you are um, that you list those out so people can see some of the things that you have done, some of the recognition that you have uh, because that'll just showcase, you know what I'm saying, your talent. Other people have seen what you're doing, and this can also just make, use it as a reference point. I see that down there as well, but it can use it as a reference point, like, okay, I have done this. So, number six, publications. Any type of publications that you have been in, articles, blogs, podcasts, anything like that, you want to definitely include that in your resume. That'll at like I said, another standpoint of a reference for you, and also people can go see more and learn more about you, right? As you're applying for different jobs, as you're reaching out to different businesses or bidding on different services. This is extremely important for us to get into. The next thing is just references. These are past clients. These could be reviews on your website that you want to put, but it's just people who can vouch for you and your services or your product, right? People that somebody else would reach out to and be like, yeah, this person did this for me and it was fantastic. This is more so for somebody if you provide a service, whatever their service may be, is great because other people want to know that you do a great job, and they'll call those services, especially like if you're a contractor, you did something for somebody gonna call them like, hey man, how did this turn out for you when you work with them? So whatever it is, make sure that you can provide some references. And then I want to give a key, and that's to put all of this stuff on a website. Have your website, have it be your name, .com, right? And then that'll help you. That'll be organized. Somebody could just quickly go to a website and see all the information about you. And I'm about to show you somebody who is from Rocky Mount, who has a website, who has accomplished a lot of things, and that's Kalia, like Dr. Kalia Braswell. Now, I went to school here at UNC Charlotte as well, but she is turned up. She started a nonprofit, but she does a lot. But I'm just using her website as an example for how your website could be. Oh, yeah, also put your contact info, of course, right? But this is Kalia's website. This is Kalia's website, right? It's KaliaBraswell.com. But like really what she is, meet Dr. Braswell about, right? That's the sum. All the things that she have done, what she does, why she does it, where she came from, all these different things that she done, publications, like I said, and then press and awards. These are awards and achievements, right? Highlight things that you have done. You want to, it's just so much that you can do, but this is a great example of a website to use. I would definitely recommend checking out her just as a person. First of all, she does a lot in tech, but she this is just a good example of a nice, clean uh, resume or on a website. So use that and definitely get some inspiration from that. The self-development topic of the day is super important, and that's becoming all about becoming financially healthy. And this one, I might have done it correctly, but I see one of these is left out. But I'll go ahead and start off. Becoming financially healthy is so important because we all have um, a different relationship with money based on where we come from, how we grew up, um, our views towards money, how money has made an impact in our lives. However, we have been able to get it and look at it. Some of us could look at money negatively. Some of us could look at money positively. Some of us can look at money like it comes and goes. Some of us want to store money up. Some of us, it's just a whole bunch of different views that we could have, but ultimately we just want to become as healthy as possible in our relationship with money. Because in America, we got to have money and we need money to survive. So, number one thing, create a budget. And I got this 50, 20, 20, 10 broken down. 50% of your expenses should be 50% of your budget or of your income should be allocated toward your expenses. So that's all of your expenses to live. So I'm talking about this includes your rent or mortgage. This includes your car payment, insurance. This includes like groceries, eating, gas, phone bill, all this stuff that it takes for you to live. There should be no more than 50% of your income. And trust me, it's extremely hard to do. But we gotta try to get there. And we're gonna go over some other things that's important as well to make sure that we are getting there. 20% should go towards investing, 20% should go towards saving, and 10%, my opinion, should go towards tithing or giving. Um, yeah, tithing or giving, right? Being generous, giving to other people. However you want to look at it. Next thing is pay God. A lot of people will say pay yourself first, but I put pay God and yourself first. So there's gonna be however it is you feel like what tithing is or giving is. I would say do that first. And then next thing to do is pay yourself first. And what that means is go ahead and take off the top the money that you're gonna put away for saving and investing. Don't pay your bills first. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but take money off the top. And it might not be able to follow this budget, like this 50-20-20-10 exactly when you first get started. It might be 80, 5, 5, and 10, right? It is what however you can make it fit, but you want to set aside something for saving and investing. And that's what the pay yourself first means. Go ahead and take it off the top and put it away so you're not using it to cover like small stuff because you might see an extra $50 in your account and you really could have put it away. You could really could have invested it, you could have saved it, but now you about to go out to eat because you just see it there, right? So you want to make sure that you do that. Next thing is one of the biggest things is to pay off debt. We want to get out of debt. It's so easy to get into debt. We got student loans, we got credit cards, we got cars, car payments. It's just so many things. It's so easy to get into debt because we want stuff. We see stuff, we want it. Social media. So many people it seem like they got so much stuff going on. It's easy to get into debt, right? But once you understand how life is without debt, you won't want to get back in it. But there is a such thing as good debt and bad debt. Good debt is when you have taken out debt on a income producing asset, right? Or an asset that you can sell for more than what the debt is, right? So that would technically be good debt. So if I go and buy a 12 unit apartment complex and I'm getting rental income, that's going to be an example of good debt. Yes, I have debt on it. Yes, there's a mortgage and all of that type of stuff, but it's providing me with income. So understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. No, or monitor and improve your credit score. Now, we have three different credit scores, and you should know that. We have Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You need to know what your score is for all of these. And more importantly, you want to know what exactly is on your credit report. You want to know everything that's on your credit report. I would highly recommend going to this website, identityiq.com. Yes, you have to pay for it. It's not that much. For $20, $25, you can get your credit report from all three different bureaus, and it'll tell you exactly what's on your credit report and what your credit score is for all three of them. Super important to know because most of the time people don't know their credit score until they go try to go get a car or something, right? Somebody else pulling their credit. Or you go to Credit Karma, which I don't recommend to use as a extremely accurate source. This website literally lists out every single thing on my credit report, from all of my loans to the credit cards I have to all the inquiries that I have on my credit. So I just know like what's going on with my credit. So definitely use that website as a resource. Number 5, live below your means. And I put know yourself in parentheses because it takes a lot of mindfulness to do this. First of all, you got to know to live below your means, you got to know what is your means, right? So that just takes understanding, like knowing who you are, what you like to do, what really provides happiness, right? A lot of times we think certain things will make us happy or certain experiences will make us happy. And that might necessarily be true, but we want to the saying and stay down till you come up, right? Live below your means because plant like it creates that um perseverance in yourself for delayed gratitude. It's so easy for us to just go out and do something that we want to do right now because it seems like we have the availability to do it. But in reality, we gotta know that we gotta assess that situation accordingly, right? So living below your means, don't be going out to eat all the time. Even if it seems like you can, really go through your budget granularly and understand what you have to spend, right? Just don't be going out. Your income increase and you increase your expenses. That's the number one trap we fall into. A lot of people they say that's making $100,000 a year, their expenses are 90 something thousand dollars a year. You know what I'm saying? But if you can increase your income while keeping your expenses relatively the same, that's the gap that you create for wealth. That gap is literally your wealth. So want to make sure that we are living below our means and not trying to keep up with the Kardashians. Literally. Build an emergency fund. And what they say an emergency fund used to be 3 months worth of your monthly expenses, but now it's like you really should have at least 6 months because you never know what can happen in today's time. You never know how long you might be out, but you want to build that emergency fund, stack your bread. So it's two types of saving, right? One is going to be saving to save, like for your emergency fund, literally. The other one is saving to invest. So you're going to have an account that you might already know about stocks. You might already know about crypto. And then you would just, every time you get paid, okay, you're going to buy a certain stock every time you get paid. Or you're going to buy a certain amount of crypto every time you get paid. Or you might be saving up for a bigger investment or something bigger that you might want to invest in. Maybe um, like a luxury watch that you plan on investing in to flip or something like that. Then you would have a savings account specifically to save to purchase that investment, right? So, or it could be something bigger like an investment property, something like that. But you don't want to, you want to save for an emergency fund and then you want to save uh to invest. So after you build your emergency fund, there's really no reason I would say, in my opinion, just to keep saving to save because we got to put our money to work. And even though, like right here, I have high yield savings account, you can Google them. They're gonna give you a higher interest rate than a regular savings account at your regular bank. Um, if we just leave our money in savings accounts, it's really not beneficial and it's not the most wise choice to do with our money, right? So build that emergency fund, and then after that, go ahead and just save to invest. And then I have investing right here. Educate yourself on the different opportunities that you have in investing and understand who you are and what type of person you are as it pertains to investing. Like, do you want passive income? Do you want to? Are you a? Are you good with waiting to see a return on your investment as it pertains to like stocks? Stocks can take a long time for them to go up. Some of them go up fast, but stocks are like, okay, I'm gonna put my money here and I'm gonna keep it in here for 30 years, type of deal. That's generally how stocks work, how people become wealthy out of stocks. You want to contribute as much as you can to a retirement plan, whether that's a 401k, an IRA, whatever it is, you might be investing that way, right? You just want to know and educate yourself on the type of investments there are and your personality and how you want to invest. And then the last thing is protect your assets. Get insurance for everything, right? Because you never know what can happen. Car insurance is required in North Carolina, but some states is not required. Get homeowners insurance, get renters insurance, right? Even if it's not required, because you never know like what could happen. And in some stuff I didn't even know. Like one of my apartments, I was required to have renter's insurance. I was traveling for work, and my and the rental car got broke into. Right, I got a lot of my personal stuff stolen, and when it happened, I didn't know that I could use my renter's insurance that I was using for my apartment to file a claim and get monetary compensation for my personal items. I had no idea because it had nothing to do with my apartment that I was living in. But I found that out and was able to do that. So it's like some stuff is super like you might not know until it happens, but insurance is there for a reason, right? Definitely make sure you have insurance on anything that you feel like is valuable. If you have jewelry, get insurance on it. Get insurance. Next thing is just gonna be having a will established. That's like the preliminary thing um, to a trust, but it's cheaper and easier to set up. But it's also it's a more simple thing. And trust is something you would do for more complicated um, asset protection and passing down of your assets. So that's going to be self development for today, becoming financially healthy. These are some tips you can use to make sure that you are setting yourself and your family up for success in your relationship with your money. That'll wrap it up for the daily dose today. Hope everybody has a fantastic Tuesday, and we'll just keep knocking out the rest of the week and becoming the best that we can. Everybody.